Hello and welcome back to the 100 Mold Project. Today we start with how we start all shapes after they've been designed, and that's usually with a few rounds of 3D printed models to make sure the shape is correct and what we want. Today's project is unique because it's the first time we'll be making a shape that doesn't have straight sides and a horizontal pattern. My previous attempts at making a pattern were all vertical patterns, so I'm pretty excited about this one. I think as I move further into making new shapes, this will be where having a lathe CNC shines. I think as I move further into making new shapes, this will be where having a lathe CNC shines. For a while, I was using additive manufacturing to make all the mother molds, but that results in a lot of sanding and more sanding. And I really didn't enjoy it, so that's why I made the choice to move forward on finding a different way, which landed on CNC machines, because it's much easier and I can get a finished product much quicker. I am setting up the machine and the stock, and as we kind of go further into this, I'll try to get into more detail on what exactly I'm doing in these steps. Most of these jars have the same repeatable steps, and I'll try and kind of get into that today. First is removing the raw edge from the front and then giving any top a finished edge. This move is called facing. You can see it here. Next step is cleaning out the interior of the jars or vase or whatever I'm making. In the beginning, I really struggled with this part and I had many failed pieces, and I probably still will have some. I usually remove most of the material first on the mill before moving it over to the lathe. If you're wondering how, it's already clear when you're seeing these videos. That makes it so my boring bar has room to clean it out and doesn't run into anything. You can see the boring here happening. One thing that I really have to watch for that you might see in many of these videos is pausing to take out all the material that kind of gets bird's nested inside of it. I had to stop it here to reposition it so that the coolant was shooting toward the tool. I used any coolant to make sure the metal on the tool doesn't heat up too much that could potentially melt the plastic or melt into the plastic. Alright, now it's time to check to make sure it looks good and feels correct. Next up are the passes that clean up the outside. And you can see it's starting to do it here. This one I made a mistake on. You can hear it here. When I do the last passes, I have to make sure as much material as possible is in contact with the chuck. The issue was I had already cut out the bottom, and so it caused the top to really not have as much material anchoring it and cause chatter. I think on this one you'll really be able to hear a difference, and this one I had not cut out the back any, so it worked out perfectly. All right, and there she is. Here I am cleaning off the bird's nest that was created from the finishing passes, but this one looks beautiful and feels beautiful. All right, and there she is, Wren. Thanks for watching, and make sure to hit that subscribe button to watch along the 100 mold project.